Was it love at first sight? Because you said when you walked in. Oh, you're saying when you walked in, you just saw him.
Let me tell you, it was love at first sight. And I should show you the photo of Terrence, not this one.
Haijalishi picha inakaaje. What matters is it was love. Uliona hivi na ukazungumziwa ukajua ndio hii.
What, babe?
Una sweat. You are about to cry. I know it's emotion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us here on Coffee with BDM. Today I'll be your host, Robert Broale. I have the very tough job of standing in for Bishop David Moredi. I know you miss him, but I'll try my best as possible to do some justice so that you don't miss him as much. But I promise that he will be back next week. Well, we have an amazing show tonight. Great friends of mine, great people who will just make you laugh, make you cry, and make you think about where you are at. May you be encouraged. Well, today I have this couple, one of the best couples in Eastern Central Africa, south of the Sahara, north of Limpopo. You love them, we love them here at Coffee with BDM. Well, it's none other than the funny bone, Mr. Terrence Creative, and his absolutely beautiful and bubbly wife, Chebi. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana. Umesikia nini? Maka nilikuwa zile za
tuanzie wapi?
Is that us?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We just landed after bidding our vote.
Where?
For job bidding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We are happy to be back in the country.
Okay.
It's been amazing.
You and who?
You guys have changed.
We will not. Hatutadanganya kwa madhabahu.
Simetoka tu hapa. You guys have just come from Rongai.
We have come from the other side.
Okay.
Runda North.
All right.
Yeah.
It is good to have you.
Yeah,
good to see you.
Thank you very much. It's amazing that I'm now interviewing you people.
Imagine.
Nice.
Yes.
Such a pressure.
Thank you very much.
It is actually such a pleasure because I was like, if Bishop is interviewing us, such a pressure. It would have been such a pressure. But now we're here.
Bishop
like,
is like a pressure.
We are boys.
I know.
No, I think the fact that you just respect and honor some people in just some authority.
Yes.
Some fear just coming.
Yes.
Alafu si tulelewa vizuri na wazazi wetu. Yaani tu kuna ile heshima fulani umepewa watu fulani.
Naogopa kuchoma.
So vile nimekuja nikaingia na wananiambia
Kasema ni sawa.
Bishop angekuwa hapo tungetenda.
You know you came very scared.
Tulikuja hivi.
I know. With this base, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to have you this evening.
In
other words, unasema mimi sijatosha mboga.
Tunasema.
Unatosha?
Tunasema wewe ni boys.
Okay.
Unatosha mboga.
Okay.
Lakini kuna mboga tofauti.
Well, it's good to have you. I'm sure our viewers and I would urge all the viewers to right now start a watch party because this will be a bumper show, an amazing show, and I think there's a lot we have in store for you. So start a watch party, invite your friends, invite your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your ex, everybody. Invite Trump supporters, Joe Biden supporters, invite everybody because tonight you will have an amazing time. Let me just go straight into this thing. We know you. I mean, the public know you. They know of you. We see you on social media. Now, of course, corporates cannot do without you. And you have entertained us while still giving us very strong messages. Where did it all start?
Differently.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
wewe ulianzia wapi?
Nataka wewe uanze kwa sababu mimi nilikuja nikampata.
Okay.
Alafu tukapatana, alafu
ikawa
hivyo.
Terrence, tell me.
So how did it start, babe?
I started where I started my career.
Yes. Let's start with your career first.
As an entertainer.
Yes.
I normally refer to myself as an entertainer. I started way back in primary school. Okay. And I believe to be a born entertainer. Like, nilizaliwa nayo.
Na hiyo kipawa.
Na hicho kipaji.
Kipaji.
So when I was in primary school, I started inaitagwa
Drama Festival.
Drama Club. Drama Club. It was called Ogulo Production. So we used to do outdoor, ni kama mahali nje hivi, mahali tulisomea. So, but I was very shy and I'm a very shy person by the way. So tulianza tukifanyanga hizi small skits and everything. That's where it started now as probably a passion and a journey of trying to discover myself.
Right.
So as I performed huko hivi watu wakakuwa interested. So I went improving, and after high school I joined the National Theatre.
Okay.
So I started set books with Pambazuka. There's a group called Pambazuka. So hapo sasa ndio nikaendelea is it called groove? Groove, nikaendelea kujigundua, evolving
and a creative.
Yeah, so I started more of a thespian, and then after National Theatre, then I was able to join Churchill Show, but first as a comedian. I went for audition.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, Eric, Masanduku, all these other people, all these senior comedians, we went for audition the same time before they became.
Yes.
You know, we had Churchill Live, which had Eric only.
Yeah.
Yes. So sisi tulikuja ile ya pili akina Jesse before he became even a host.
Yes.
Yeah.
So through your process ya kwenda Carnival, there's a long stretch of Carnival before you get to Carnival, you walk.
Yeah.
So tulikuwa hapo tukitembea sisi wote. So watu wanasema jokes, I contribute hivyo. Then later the director, head of director
Victor
for the
Bear.
creative, Victor.
Yeah,
Yes.
Victor
Yeah,
Bear.
akasema I think wewe
gift
yako ni tofauti. Unaweza kai side nyingine kwa meza uko ukisaidia wasanii ku create
Kutoa majokes.
Yeah, so that's when I started that's where now Terrence Creative comes in.
But let me ask, umesema you started this in school. I was in drama in school, and I attribute to one of my teachers, Mr. Oliver Minishi, who pushed me.
I know Minishi.
Minishi was
You at Kakamega?
No, he was in Bungoma first.
Bungoma
then he went to
first.
Kakamega.
Because I performed there. Kakamega Boys.
Minishi was my drama teacher.
Oh, nice.
And he's the one who pushed me into drama. Would you attribute your gifting, maybe somebody pushed it, somebody in school saw it, ama bulianza tu?
I'll attribute it to different people.
Okay.
The guys that there's a guy we started with, it's called Joseph Nganga. It's called Juaji.
Okay.
It's called him Juaji. He's a guy that we worked closely when we starting up the drama club.
Yes.
So ikafika mahali tukiendelea hivyo tukakuwa tunaencourageana. So but on the way kuna wale watu walinisaidia. Like I will say Pambazuka, there's this lady called Veronica. Ronnie. She's called Ronnie.
Maura.
Yes.
Yes, Maura.
I've acted with her.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the one of Pambazuka.
Yeah, she's the.
And actually Terrence is a product of Pambazuka.
Yeah. So she really pushed me. Like I will see my acting in a different, because the ones I used to do in primary school were like improvised. Tunakuja, we state a situation, then tunasema tutafanyia
On the go.
On the go. But now Ronnie gets you into character, gives you, and I remember when I started with a very hard set book called The Merchant of Venice. I was doing an Antonio.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, in Sooth I know not why. You know that the
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I've done Romeo
It
and Juliet.
hurted me. Yeah. It hurted you see. You laugh.
Wow. Yes. Yes, sir. Well, I understand. That's an amazing journey. And
So that one really contributed so much into whatever
Discovering
I'm
yourself.
doing
Today.
right now.
Okay.
Ah, yes.
All right. And Chebi, were you a creative before as well?
No, I was in government.
You're in
When
government.
I was a civil servant.
Mwana serikali.
I met Terrence in 2013
Where did you meet?
at Churchill Show.
We met at Churchill Show.
Hey, nyinyi watu.
I was working as a creative.
Mr. Churchill, now you have become a matchmaker. Mr. Nabuki, we shall talk after this.
Watu wengi wamepata mabibi Churchill Show by the way. Wengi
Venye
sana.
alisema, but me,
Wengi.
I thank him so much. Mi nilikuwa creative before she came.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alikuja kama
Backstage. So,
jinsi ulivyonipata.
I was a civil servant, but my desire had been in production since. By the time nikiwa tu primary, I always wanted to be in production world.
Yes.
In high school, tulikuwa press club. We had a club called Press Club, together with Chemtai Goin. If you know Chemtai Goin,
Of course,
on
yes.
Citizen.
Yes, of course.
She's my childhood friend. Tulianza naye primary, high school, tuko the same club. So one time, Jibril Blessing
Yes.
tweeted in 2013, akatweet akasema, guess who will be the new director of Churchill Show? When Churchill was having a comeback. It was in Churchill Live, then it
Right,
disappeared
yes.
for like 4 years, then he came back.
Yes.
Guess what I did? Mimi kujiamini, nikamwandikia DM, nikamwandikia message kwa Twitter, nikamwambia niaje, nataka nataka kukua kwa hiyo team, because I'd worked with Amy because gay before backstage, so I knew my strength in backstage was
Absolutely
perfect.
Absolutely.
That's how Jay Blessing told me, what's your strength? Nikamwambia backstage. That's the only thing I actually knew in production that time. So nikamwambia backstage, akaniambia, that's an opening, that's open. Come to Carnival on Tuesday. And that's how, when I walked into Carnival, I saw Terrence.
Was it love at first sight? Because you said when you walked in,
Ambia walimwengu.
oh, you're saying when you walked in, you just saw him. No,
Let me tell you, it was love at first sight. And I should show you the photo of Terrence, not this one.
Haijalishi picha inakaaje. What matters is it was love. Uliona hivi na ukazungumziwa ukajua ndio hii. Wow. Tall, dark and handsome guy sitting there chilling you guy.
Unanipigia debe sasa?
No, let me ask. Musipigane hapa sana. Let me ask. When you entered and you saw him.
Yes, it was love at first sight.
It was at first sight.
Yes.
You didn't know, you had no clue if he was married, if he was dating.
Exactly. So I didn't know nothing about anything.
So what did you do?
He knew later.
Happened, actually it was just a connection. Terrence now started helping me. Kuniambia comedian, because alikuwa amewak na comedians for long. Backstage entails me ensuring the program is right, who comes after who. So I need to tell the next comedian who comes after what. So mimi sikuwa najua Sleepy, sikuwa najua Chipukizi, ndio nimefika tu. I asked Terrence that like, what babe?
Una sweat. You are about to cry. I know it's emotion. Proceed.
Anyway.
But as you are helping her,
I was also helping myself.
were you feeling something? Were you feeling the attraction, the connection?
Ebu maliza kwanza ndio nijue. Hii swali najibuaje.
So yeah, that's how it happened, and Terrence really helped me that night. Nakumbuka hiyo show iliendanga on air kweli?
No,
ilikuwa blue in color. On air. It was just
something
crazy.
just went wrong.
All of us were new in it. Churchill now he was going on production on his own. It was his first time as an ajawahi fanya ati production peke yake. It was a whole laugh industry. So that's how I met Terrence. And that's how I started getting into production world, and the rest is history.
Good. Now to your question.
Yes.
As I was helping kuna kitu ilikuwa inanizungumzia. But nilikuwa nashindwa ndamwambiaje, because I also had my baggage. Nilikuwa na vitu zinanisumbua, so nikashindwa nimwambie saa hizi ama niundaunde kwanza iendelee kuiva, marination and everything. So nikasema wacha ni marinate because I had a lot of baggage. I was from another relationship. Just it's like the breakup was still fresh.
Yeah.
So now you see a lady that you love, and but nikasema sababu kuna kitu unajua, it's not about me, it's about the heart. Kuna kitu roho inasema inaita, kuna mdundo mbubujiko. So I said let me give it a shot. Na nikamwambia tukaanza polepole.
Yeah.
And she actually paid for our first date.
Okay.
And alinibaia lunch, chapati na maragwe.
Okay. You didn't have to say that kwa mjua hapo umepeleka 5-star hotel, lakini ni sawa.
Ni 5. Ni 5 tu.
Ni 5. All right, now we see you see you are opening our eyes to your relationship before we all knew you. So this is privileged information for people who are close to you at the time.
Yes.
Now we see you on social media, you work closely together.
Yeah.
You live together.
Yeah.
You work together. Is it easy?
Is it easy, babe?
Jiongelele.
You work together?
Yes.
You're on set together?
Everything.
I mean,
Terrence and I are always together.
I'll ask you this question. Is it easy? Because sometimes being away from each other maybe 8 hours, from 8 to 5, and then you come back home in the evening, there's excitement. But you wake up, you work together, you do scripts together, you go meet clients together, and you go home together. Is it easy?
It is not easy. Let me speak as a man. It's not easy, but it's the best thing. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. Like having someone that really understands you.
Okay.
Like if we go to anything, anywhere that we go, I always count like I have one supporter. With or without any other supporter coming in, I only have one supporter who is she, that is her, and it becomes easy for us to work as a family and to plan as a family.
Yeah.
You understand? And being together, kuna saa zingine unaweza chosha. Juu mnaweza amka, mchini binadamu unaweza amka hapo tumekorofishana vibaya sana, sitaki kukuona. But unfortunately we have to meet a client together.
Yes.
And then every day that we work together, we are always together. It builds something. The bond becomes stronger and stronger, and that's what has always even helped us in whatever we do in terms of scripting, in terms of the acting, the chemistry is natural.
Yeah.
So
evidently,
I would say, I would also say that for me it's easy. For me, my love language example, as in quality time together. Mimi sichokangu kukana Terrence. Hata tukorofishana kwa zile za 5 minutes and it's a wrap. So it has also helped me. Mimi sikuwa najua kuact. Hizi kumwona hizi najichocha hapa ati kuact. Unaona videos zimeenda hapa tena. I didn't know, but with time, just being around him.
So you've learned a lot from him.
A lot.
Yes.
Hata, you know, the days he used to get casts from outside. So hata kama maybe kuna client, he used to get someone else from outside, atamlipa, act your part. But nowadays, client akikuja, tengeneza script, tunaichapa na siku ameedit.
So all the money is remaining in the household.
You get.
Traffic Radio. Eta wa Alex Katombi. Nita wa Rastina mwetu mudhe wati ndata.
Nesavyo. So for us it has worked. It's a plus. It's a plus working together.
And you know, it's funny. We are talking about your creative side. All famous people have these followers, but also people need to understand that you're actually spiritually grounded. And you're members of House of Grace Church under Bishop David Moridi.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes people may wonder why are they successful and others are going down. There's also a spiritual foundation on you guys. But you also went through something. This is your daughter.
Yeah, Mila Neta.
Very beautiful girl.
Thank you.
You know,
like the father.
Thank you.
like the father. Anafaona mama yake lakini.
Can we end this discussion? Can we end this interview right?
Let our microphone yetu. But I was saying, you have a very beautiful daughter.
Thank
but
you so much.
as a couple, you went through a major testing. And maybe some of the viewers have no clue what this is. At a very young, first few years of our life, first few months, you discovered there was an issue.
Yeah.
Would you tell us about it, please?
First and foremost, I had a miscarriage before I had Mila. Mila is my daughter now.
Yes.
And that miscarriage just took me down. I thank God for church. I remember in my miscarriage, if Reverend Ronica did not come through for me, I was going nuts, crazy. I didn't know what was happening to me. I felt like I had taken so much time to get pregnant, and then when I was ready, then this happens to me. So I lost my baby at 3 months. So Mila, we got Mila actually after 1 month. We didn't stay long, like after 1 month. And that time is because I went through counseling here in church. I serve at House of Grace as an usher. Terrence serve in Men in Action.
Yes. Men in Action and also media.
Yeah.
Of course.
So for me, when that happened, my head usher knew about it. We always check on each other. And Akambia, Reverend Ronica, and they came through for me. So I went through some counseling and I healed so fast. By the yangu ilikuwa, I couldn't take long, siku salk for long. It took me like a month. The next month I was pregnant.
Let me stop there first. Before you go to your daughter, because there's somebody watching who has also had a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Church was there for you.
Yes.
But I want to talk to my brother Terrence.
Good.
Because also what people don't realize, men are also mourning.
Oh yeah.
Kabisa.
What did you go through as well at that time?
I think you see, as a man, I was I really needed.
Almost parted ways.
We
almost parted.
Yeah, we almost parted because it was so
What's
much.
the name of? Is called Pastor? Pastor Wilson.
Yes,
actually
Wilson
went through with
from
him.
here.
Yeah.
So we used to talk a lot. Nikamwambia kuko hivi na hivi. Then it becomes depressing for a man. So for my case is I was like, okay, ama ni Mungu hataki nikuwe na familia ingine ama, because I was from another family. Now I'd stayed like 5 years or something. So we had to do our traditional wedding ndio tuanze kupata mtoto. So after finishing all those things, now here is like the epitome of our relationship, and we're about to start a family. Then voila, a miscarriage comes. And I remember that day when we were being told about losing the baby. I took her to the hospital that morning, and I felt my heart was so heavy. I had a meeting. Had a meeting at Citizen. So nikampeleka hosi, nikakaa hapo hivi, nikamwambia wewe enda tu utaniambia, because tumeenda scanning and everything. So venye tu tukamwacha na one of our friend, like my aunt, nikamwambia wewe mtaniambia kitu mtaambiwa, but nikienda nilikuwa nimefeel there is something that is not right, and I didn't want to take my thoughts like we have lost a baby and everything. So I kept it optimistic, like yes. Okay, let me fight that thought that mtoi bado yuko. When I got that call, I knew it. I knew it's bad news. So from there I got depressed. Actually at some point I left home. Yeah, he left. Actually. I left for a week, and I was like, because I needed my space. I needed to think about all these things because it was depressing. Though alikuwa ameachwa na familia and everything. Mimi sina familia, ningeenda mahali, so nikaenda tu mahali kwa man cave, nikajificha hapo, nafikiria, nashindwa ni nuksi gani inanifuata. And I asked myself a lot of questions. But at the end of the day, I woke up and said, let's give it a try. I don't think this is the end of it, and I should not conclude anything. Kama Mungu amesema tutaendelea na hii familia, tutaendelea. Juu nilikuwa nimefika mahali niseme hii ni sign ya hatufai kuwa pamoja, because by the gods have spoken. The gods have spoken. Wacha tu tuachane roho safi, wewe enda zako, rudi kwa barabara, rudi soko. Mimi rudi soko. But nika realize actually this is the person you're meant to be with, even in this situation. Just give it time. Now I talked to Pastor Wilson, akaniambia, and a lot of people waniambia dawa ya miscarriage ni kutafuta mtoto mwingine immediately. So we went back on ground, and voila, Mila happened. And voila.
when you found out you're pregnant,
yeah,
did the thoughts of the miscarriage also play
throughout the 9 months?
Okay.
Throughout my 9 months, I was scared. For the first pregnancy, it was my first time being pregnant. I didn't know anything. So I didn't know about going to gynas. I didn't know the visits. So mimi niliassume tu vile niliona huko Ushago watu wanaendanga clinic wakishafika 5 months. That's what I did. So I was waiting. I was like, tukifika 3 months, the 4th month tutaanza clinic. But this time round, when I got pregnant with Mila, immediately we knew at 4 weeks. The 5th week tulikuwa gyna. Na we went to see when I went to explain to our gyna, alijua my fears, because every time we would go, akiekelea tu kale kitu ka heartbeat, akinikaa amenyamaza hivi kidogo, like he's looking at something, I'm like, kwa sawa? Is everything well? So all through my 9 months, my 39 weeks
that played
pregnant,
in your mind
throughout.
And you know the most traumatizing thing, people will call her and ask him, those people didn't know that to me miscarried.
They didn't know.
Mtoto anaendelea aje.
Imagine.
So it was always traumatizing.
Traumatizing, yes.
Sana.
So this beautiful girl comes forth. What happens then?
We got Mila at a very, very healthy, yes, at 39 weeks. I was almost done before 40 weeks. Yes. So at 39 weeks, tukapata Mila vizuri sana. She was healthy. Tukatoka hosi after 3 days. And then now we were supposed to go back. We went back for the first clinic to just check on the umbilical cord and check if my CS wound is healed at 2 weeks. I can't forget, it was 15th February 2019. So we get in, I see my gyna. My gyna and our pediatrician are in the same hospital. Yes. So she was down there, akanambia, kidonda imepona vizuri, endelea tu kuheal, don't do this. Now it was time to check Mila. We check Mila. Kitu moja by this, Jai Sema, it's the first time I'm saying on this interview. Kitovu yake iko sawa. So tukapewa something, tukatuambia, hey, this kitovu doesn't look good, so I'll give you something, you'll keep applying, and we see how it will go. My baby's kitovu ilikuwa inatoka nje as it healed.
It was protruding.
Yes. Out kabisa, like a balloon. I've never said that by then. This is the first time I'm saying this. And then isitoshe, akashika tumbo ya mtoto wangu. Then the doctor tells us, it's hernia. You've heard of hernia?
But in all that, was Terrence there?
Yeah.
As you're being told all of these things?
Throughout all my clinic days, from clinic 1 to clinic 9, Terrence was there.
Huyu ni mwanaume halisi.
Ongeza volume.
Hospitali nikizaa tulichukua room kubwa, he slept there throughout.
Ongeza volume.
Alafu sasa clinic 1, yes, tukiambia story yote amekaa chini hapa, mimi nimekaa chini hapa.
Hernia.
Yeah, that's just hernia. If it was hernia alone, hernia is something that is known.
Absolutely.
Hernia it's normal. Hata unaambiwa ni 150k utaenda itolewe na ama unaambiwa atakaa ikifika 5 years kai jenini itaenda
itapotea.
Yes, absolutely.
We are told, the doctor says, I can feel something in her stomach. Sema roho kuteremka.
Beside the spleen.
Akasema, and I feel like it's under the spleen. And she started getting worried and saying, I hope it's
How old is the baby now?
2 weeks
2
old.
weeks.
2 weeks.
So
she was born fast.
They were suspecting it is appendictus. Hiyo ni mimi nilisikia. Appendictus. Imefura hapa hivi kando ya spleen.
Janiasa hospitali ianze. Immediately there tukaambiwa twende the same day. It was around noon.
Yes.
Tukaambiwa twende scan. Kwenda scan. Hata watu wa scan hawaelewi nini wanaona. Because when they were and she was so small, my God. She was so small. I cried. Mila was small. She was this tiny. And you in fact, tukiingia 3.1. Tukiingia hivi kwa press ya scan, kila mtu anaogopa akisikia mtoto wa 2 weeks. Ascan 2 weeks. So we went did first scan and they were seeing something so weird. They were seeing a mass. Let me use that. That's what they used.
It's called a mass.
They used the word mass.
So pale kwa scan unaona ni kitu iko na colors small.
Iko na vitu hivi.
But you can't tell iko attached to where. They can't see like where is it attached to? Where is it coming from? They can't tell at that stage.
Wow. That was the first scan. Now we go back and we call my gyna immediately and the pedi. They're like, now we have to go to specialist wa watoto tumbo. Another journey starts now. We got different ones. The one that our pedi had gotten us, she was not available. She was only available on Tuesday. But now we had to bother our gyna. Niaje manze tufanyaje? He called so many of his friend doctors and finally got one doctor, Dr. Ndongo. Sasa safari yetu sasa ya kwenda Aga Khan ianze. The next day, it was on Saturday, he was traveling, but he promised to see us. Told us if you will be here by 8 a.m., perfect. Me, Terrence, my mom, peleka me. I was so weak. I didn't have the energy. I was like, God.
A lot of things were going through your mind at this time.
God, you've given me a baby.
And you know you are immediately from a miscarriage, so
absolutely.
A lot of things are crossing your mind.
After 6 years, and then this happens. I remember those days, I feel bad. Man, I feel so bad. I don't like talking about this story.
I understand.
I don't like talking about this story. Yani.
So what does Dr. Ndongo tell you when you go at 8 in the morning?
He said the thing is the size of an egg. I could feel it with his hand. So he said for us to be sure, go back and do another scan.
Gertrude's.
So you go to Gertrude, we do another scan. Now they are able to see that mass. It's the size of an egg. It's called a liver cyst. So it had we came to realize later after the operation that it was attached to the
liver.
To the liver. It's called a liver cyst.
So you've not even said, babe, Mila had to go through so many tests. So
at
many
a very
tests.
young age.
And let me tell you, guys, just have a church that stands with you. Pastor Wilson was there every day. He used to call us every day. Angel used to call us. Leo imeendaje? So mnaambiwa nini? And we didn't have answers that time because the doctor, actually, Dr. Ndongo, never seemed to kubahatisha. He has to treat the right thing. He told us, one, I have to rule out that she has a double stomach. Apparently, duplicate stomach. Apparently, you can give birth to a kid and kona tumbo ngapi? 2.
I didn't know that until today.
Duplicate.
You see? Actually,
so chakula inaweza kukienda kwa duplicate na imsaidii.
Na inaweza kitu mbaya. So you know what they did? Mawaya mtoto wangu alikuwa anaingizwa hivi.
It's called gastrographic something. So that thing unaeko pipe hivi, then
they put up
wanaweka rangi.
Something. So when it goes to the stomach,
so wanaangalia venye hiyo karangi kataenda bila itafuata tu digestive tract vizuri bila kudivert.
So finally they said it's a cyst and we have to go for operation immediately. Operation. Tuko na do. Tuko 2 months. So when it was like 3 weeks now, she's 3 weeks old, tusha decide, tusha jua ni ukweli. And I remember when I was going in, I was like, I hope God makes a miracle overnight. Tukifika hivi, daktari akiguza tumbo aseme hakuna. So when we just touch like this, the stomach, by the way, they are specialists. Kila mtu alipewa kipawa yake. Akifanya tu hivi ananiambia, yes, I can feel it. Akishika hivi ananiambia hata ndio ina feel from inside na inside. So we decided, cool. Now grace ndio nilikuwa naomba Mungu anipe. So Terrence and I sat down and decided, and my mom, of course, decided, we will wait for her to get 2 months. At least we come.
Tuone kama hiyo kitu ita reduce. Okay. But it never reduced. It never
reduced. So we booked our surgery, and then now people came through for us. Hey. Tulikuwa tushaanza kuwari na do, lakini Mungu ni nani? Alitusort in every single bit. 940,000. 940
was the cost of the operation.
Yes.
1.1.
And no coin did we remove from our bank.
Fantastic.
No coin.
This, I mean, miscarriage, and then you have this beautiful girl, and then such a fragile body, pipes in the nose, surgery. I mean, going through surgery at that young age than most people have gone through in their whole lifetime.
Man.
Of course, this brought you closer. And I'm concentrating much on your personal story because many people know your public story.
I know.
You understand?
Yes,
we all know you when you do your choir and your preaching. We all know you.
Good.
But sometimes it's important that people get to know
things that you go through.
True.
So that they know you also go through what the normal person would go through.
True.
So evidently now this makes sense as to why you people are very close. Now it's making sense to many people. But allow me also to push you a little bit further. There is a time you also went through an issue. Both of you.
Not both of us. We are lichoma.
Let's
Oh.
drinks water.
You see
Serves water.
Okay. Can you imagine, because I'm going hard on this one. So ulichoma. Okay? Kunywa tunagoja. And you see, it's amazing that even Madam can just laugh about it now.
It's over.
Yeah.
Sips water again.
Ulichoma. And social media was a buzz. And you people in the public, we understand social media in-laws love bad stories.
Oh my God.
They want you to be in tears.
Bad is good.
Yes, exactly. They just want to see pain. That's what gives them joy. Terrence, how did you handle that situation? Forget about publicly. Publicly,
Private.
I saw the statement, I saw all that. How did you handle it privately when all the doors have been closed? And I'm saying this because people tend to judge only what we see in public.
Oh, yes.
How did you handle it privately?
Actually, what I like to say is that categorically, you see, being in public, people may treat you differently.
Yes.
And I want to believe that whatever happened to me has happened to very many people.
Wow.
Maybe probably they are not on public and everything, and people could throw stones and judge. And I don't want to justify whatever I did and say it's good or no, it's not a good thing. But what really kept me, because beside being my wife, she's my friend.
Yes.
She's my friend, as in hata tukiamka leo tuseme mapenzi imeisha, the friendship that we have, you understand, the chemistry that we have, all that we have gone through together is enough to hold us for 100 years.
Yes.
So nikakaa nikaona, okay, huyu ni bibi yangu. So at this point, huyu bibi yangu atataka kunisikiza. Now let me go here as a friend. And what people don't know, she knew all these things before even.
That was my next question.
Yeah, she knew all these things because ilifika mahali nikamwambia, I don't want you to hear it from someone else. And actually, she knows a lot. Leave alone whatever you guys have hiyo mumeweka hapo.
Oh, yes.
Kuna hata even that was told, it was not well detailed. She has the details, how it started, where you go, how ulikuwa unaenda, ako nayo, ako na schedule, details, masaa, siku na wakati.
Lakini ulichoma.
Muda. Kuchoma nayo nilichoma. Niliban vibaya sana. Na I don't want to, sitaki ku-explain ilichomeka aje, but tulijipata tukajipata.
Acha mimi niseme kitu.
But tukasema, wacha nimwambie. ndio asipigwe na butwa pale asikie na hii huku niambie. So ilifika mahali mpaka si tuko tumekaa chini, hata sisi tukakuwa audience tunangoja pia sisi tunangoja
what are they going to say.
Yes. Tuko tunakangaa tunasema leo wanasema nini.
So wacha hata sisi tukae chini itubambe, sababu at the end of the day nimechoma lakini ni mtu yangu na tuko hapa. Unajua saa hii si relationship, kuna relationship na kuna ndoa. So hii ni ndoa. So and kamwambia mtu yangu hivyo ndio kulienda kamenuka. So
Chabi,
yes,
did you at any one time think of walking away?
Yes.
Did you walk away?
No.
Alitoka bedroom akaenda sitting room.
Now
this is how it happened. Again, I've never said this. You know, I'm honored that I'm in my church.
Yes.
So I can say, I have a YouTube, I can say it, but let me say this today. One thing, I had never thought of Terrence. One thing, by the way, it ever crossed my mind is infidelity. Kabisa. Yani nilikuwa najua makosa zingine naweza mpata nazo. Lakini ati sijui nani
Mutesi.
Ati kuna atesi huku nje. So this day he comes back from event. Ilikuwa event, ulikuwa umeenda event na Churchill. And then phone yake mimi na password. So sijui kama alisahau kudelete message. Mulikuwa mmeenda ku create content ya La Festival. Na mzae.
So he forgot his phone.
He didn't forget. I have his password. I can open this one right now here.
Please don't phone up. But
let her open.
So akakuja amechoka, akikuja amechoka ka blackout kwa kiti. So I was doing something. I was editing a show. I was editing something for YouTube. So nimekaa chini nikajambia, let me pick the phone. Nikachukua simu yake.
Makosha.
Sema the first thing ku pop up. Pwa. Message. Beshte anamwambia messages.
Very incriminating. Ulikuwa umeangusha mistari?
Nilisha nguvu. Sasa message kutoka the other party.
Hello from the other side.
Hello from the other side.
Okay, I know all that, fine. But then you had to take the position of a woman publicly standing by her man.
You know what?
Who publicly apologized, accepted his mistake, whether people accepted his mistake or not, because there were good comments and there were
bad
very
comments.
trashy
Oh
comments.
yes, they were.
Nimbaya.
You see why I did that? I wrote down the good things Terrence has done for me.
Amen.
And I wrote down, and I just saw the bad one, which was this. Terrence stood by me in hospital. Terrence was there for me when I was pregnant. Not all men go to clinic with their wives.
No.
Terrence took me each and every single one. Alikosa tu moja ni kwa sababu alikuwa na meeting na alitupata huko. So I sat down and thought, so now I'll trash the 8 years because of this. Really? There are so many good things. How will I thank him for the good days we've had?
And I want to take this direction as well, because this is a time where you know your friends. And this happens with ladies most of the time. You get some of your friends telling you, leave that man, leave that. Did you get that?
It was not even ladies. Imagine even men DM'd me. Men, we know.
Close friends.
That you leave each other?
Yes. They told me to leave.
I know the funny things, even when all these things are happening, there were other stories. And these are the so-called friends who are giving all
But even actually, let me
because
tell
you could read story and say,
you see people who know you that much. Actually, hata kitu ilifanya hii story yote iende vile ilienda. Because actually hata kuna part story tulikuwa tunasikia ati Terrence ofisi. So unaona ni mtu ni colleague tu wako. So it was just people around you. Na tumekuja tukalanda tukajiambia small circle, less drama.
I think for those of you who are watching, and I'm sure as the comments are coming, from the story, you understand that you have to be very careful about friends.
Oh yeah, 101%.
The smaller the circle, the less the drama.
Yes.
So I hope this will be a lesson to most of you who have allowed too many people in a relationship, because they would want you to break up and then they can enjoy.
Oh my God, and advices, una-advise wanga inaingilia, unakuwa confused.
Wow.
Once again, simama na, I think church should really just takes you the right direction.
Simama na kanisa.
Kabisa.
Now, I'm going to ask you another question. You also went through some trolling.
Yes.
I totally understand what trolling is all about. I mean, I have been through it.
You've been there. I was watching and I'm like, whoa, my pastor.
Wewe ulilipwa wewe.
Nililipwa na serikali
20 million. Hata mimi
Wacha
nipewe.
na wakonfamia kama kuna gari mpya hapa nje.
20 million.
Hata
Naweza
mimi.
kuwa nimeangusha machine pale.
Sasa you're sick, man.
Yes, I was fighting for my life, and still the trolling came. And just as Terrence has said, some of the worst were from the so-called friends.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Even somebody says, even in the WhatsApp groups, some of your people who pretend to be your friends are the ones saying this. So I relate to what you're saying.
Let me teach you something.
Teach me, Molly.
And these guys who are watching, there is one thing we have learned to do from the entire story. Because, you know, if you tell your story to many people, you may not be able to know who gave you out your story. So in every story that we give, maybe a personal story, we always give a bait. There's
So
a story
if it
you
is
can
said,
tell.
you know this-
Tunajua ni, because we tell
Urale,
you
naweza kuambia
alone.
nani alisema nini, nani
We
akasema
tell
nini,
you
akasema
alone
nini.
and we know even the catchphrase, we know hii kitu tumekwambia ni wewe peke yako.
That's very wise.
That one was
Very.
we were able to sieve and see.
So now you know who are your friends.
We know.
But are those people who told us must stand firm. Mwalimu Churchill alikuwa anapiga anambia umechoma, lakini bro kaeni hivyo, nyinyi Mungu ameweka, kaeni hivyo.
You went through trolling.
Yes.
Trolling, why?
Because I'm big, because I'm fat. They say I'm a hippo.
Kanono.
They call me a
They
hippo.
say keeping up with the hippos.
I don't want to laugh, but you're making it so funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny.
But we
okay,
went to
the
visit
truth-
hippos the other time.
Did you see that video?
Our relatives.
There's a video where
yes.
we
But the truth
video.
of the matter,
We are fat. That's true.
the truth of the matter, it is still painful.
Imagine, let me tell you one
We are human.
Yes.
No, Burale, let me tell you one thing. When mi ndashinda tu nikiimba Mungu kwa sababu mi Mungu amenifanyia vitu mingi sana. When God takes you to a certain level, anakupea grace inatosha na hiyo level. Yeah. Let me tell you, nowadays if you troll me, aki unajichosha. Useme mimi ni mnono, nani ajui? Nani ajui mimi ni mnono? Useme ho, kama unataka unasikiaje kuja unyonye mafuta. As in, I've learned and grace ya God imeniweka. Siku hizi naona na nacheka. Kitambo, I think the first times now after that story of Terrence, it's when people now I started getting negative comments. People were like, oh, he cheated on you because you're fat. Oh, you get.
Beyonce si amekonda.
I was like, Beyonce is
Exactly.
slim.
And it still happened.
And it still happened.
Okay, it's
So
true.
never beat yourself. Mimi sijipigangi na hata sisikiangi siku hizi because mi sijai kuwa mdogo, by the way.
But look at this camera and speak to somebody who has been trolled, because people have gone into depression. Some have actually committed suicide.
I know, man.
Kabisa, and it's very bad.
There are some of us who maybe God has given us the grace,
Yes,
but not
there are those.
everybody.
True.
Just look at that camera and speak to that person who has been trolled maybe by her classmates, his classmates.
I'm a husband pia.
Oh yeah, and
True.
they feel these
True.
things.
So first thing is love yourself. Jipende tu hivyo vile uko. Kama uko na meno inakaaje, kama uko na mwili, some things you can, like losing weight. I can't lose weight in a day. It has to take. And who says that slender people are more beautiful than fat people? That's just a phrase that these keyboard warriors have put. So what you do, love yourself and never listen to anything negative. Never listen. You know yourself. Kama mimi najijua, mimi kuna watu wanadama hata mimi vile mimi uvaa. So just
Oh, what?
This is Coffee with BDM. We want to keep it safe and friendly.
I know. So just love yourself. That's the point. I think just loving yourself. Na ukuwe na support system such that hata ukitolewa kuna mtu atakwambia kitu positive about you. Because ukiopena watu wanakuambia negative things around you, ama watu wanashinda kuambia hey, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. Alafu upate keyboard warriors wakwambia you need to lose weight. You will believe in that negative thing. Just love yourself. That's it.
Terrence,
I think
look at that camera as well and speak to a couple that is going through hell because moja amechoma. How do you recover from that? Privately.
yeah, privately. I think first of all, I would like to say something. We are all human, and man is to err. But don't normalize this error.
Yes.
Unaweza anguka
True.
na ukaamuka. Lakini si uanguke. But anytime you anguka, you can always wake up. You can always wake
Pick up yourself again.
Pick up yourself and move on.
Yes.
But let me start by saying, if you're out there, you are a couple, people hide some things, wanaficha vitu. The minute someone who is not your someone slides in your DM, you decide to keep it a secret.
Yes.
Ile siku utaamua kudelete your message ama usiambie bibi yako ama bwana yako, that's where the problem begins.
Yes.
But look at it this way, because mimi DM zangu, my wife has my password, she can go anywhere in my phone, and I don't know wewe ukoaje pale nje, but I will like to urge you, please make it a habit. It becomes easy kujibu hiyo kesi.
Kabisa.
Because DM ikiingia unaonesha bibi yako, please make sure put yourself an open book so that anything that comes to your family from outside, bibi yako anajua ama bwana yako anajua.
Yes.
Because it's so painful kama bibi yako ama bwana yako akuje kujua vitu zako from an outsider na wewe hujamwambia. And another thing, you will not please everyone. Understand? And also it said you won't please everyone and not everyone matters. Sawa. And the last thing I will say, people we hautafurahisha kila mtu. But at the end of the day, you have to keep this in mind. It is not what people say about you that matters. It's what you say about yourself that matters. Ukiitwa mjinga na wewe ujikubali ni mjinga, you have said it to yourself. But it's not what people say that matters. What you say about yourself is what that matters, and it's what that will keep you going. True. So, hii mambo ya kuchoma, pengine umechoma. I have a lot of DM and I don't put it in public because I advise people, wananiambia ni aje mimi nimechoma, tuongeleshane mtu wangu, tuko na watoto, their kids involved and everything. So how am I supposed to go about it? You can always sit down. Kama nyinyi ni mabeste na mulipendana, kuna ile go back to where you all guys started. Ni nini ilikushikanisha? What attracted you to each other? Na nini imekuwa keep? Just go there, kaeni chini, muonge kama watu wazima. Na pia siwezi kulazimisha ukae mahali utaki kukaa ama mahali utakikani, but if you can work on it,
it's possible.
There is still a chance. Yeah. Sisi tuko hapa.
Exactly. Another thing,
choma tukamwagia maji, tukaamka tukaendelea.
One last thing on the same. Tell your partner the truth. Hiyo ndio ilinisaidia kuheal. I was broken. I was pieces. I was nothing in my heart. But the fact that I knew all the truths, hata kama ilikuwa uchungu, nilikuwa najua hiyo ukweli kanauma. Ingine ukweli, it helped me heal so easily. As in, I knew everything like this. Say the truth. Isifanye, when usikutana naye uko social media, unakutana naye, hey, hii sikuwa najua jo, acha uongo. You get? Mimi nilikuwa najua kila kitu.
Wow.
Yeah.
To our viewers, I mean, we've had the privilege of delving into really the backstage of their life. You know, backstage of their life, because we know their public life, we know they're making a lot of money.
Says who? Unajua kiarea anatafuta watu wewe.
Tunang'ang'ana. We are just like you guys.
Let the poor say that I'm rich. I was being prophetic.
Amen. Amen. Okay, we take it back.
Amen. We receive those blessings.
I mean, and may you just continue blessing people with the messages.
Amen.
Because there's a lot of negative lessons for our children, but you are using your platform to really create awareness and to make us laugh, while still giving us messages. I mean, I was laughing about when I think you are giving your daughter in a wedding, you know, and the advice you are giving the daughter and all that. You know, so you're using comic relief to give very serious life skills messages. True. And long may it continue.
Amen.
And viewers, as you've noticed, I have not delved much into their public life because you all know about their public life. But it's always important to understand that these people that we look up to also have been through the rigor, have gone through highs and lows, pains and joys, and they have stood firm. And I do hope that some of you have learned. Where do we get you? Where do we follow you? You are YouTube?
On all my platforms. I have a YouTube channel that I cook a lot and other things we do. We have a segment with Terrence. It's called Milichebi. Please subscribe and press notification bell. Also on Instagram, Milichebi. On Facebook, Milichebi. As in all my platforms is Milichebi.
Subscribe now, please.
Yes.
Terrence?
Terrence Creative, at Terrence Creative. Facebook, you can like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Terrence Creative, YouTube, Terrence Creative. Fuata hapo, tuendelee kuwatumbuiza, encourage us, drop your comment, share our videos, tell us what you want to see, what kind of skits do you want, and hivyo tunakutumbuiza.
True.
And asanteni sana for our fans, kwa simama na sisi.
Yes.
And all our partners.
Yes.
Please make sure you subscribe. You get blessed, and I do believe that many of you have really been encouraged by their story. The story of pain, suffering, about this miscarriage and the young, beautiful daughter going through surgery at a very young age. It's very excruciating for any couple that they've managed to stand strong in the midst of a lot of battles and many people trolling and trying to separate you. This is a story of resilience and I'm sure you just love them. I'm sure you love them. So please send them a word of encouragement. Tell us what you feel. Subscribe to, of course, all the platforms, and you will be blessed. Well, greetings from Bishop David Moredi. He could not be here.
We receive.
Tutaonana Sunday.
And I think you prayed a lot, because being interviewed by your spiritual father is one of the
I
hardest
know,
things.
man. Oh my God, I was like, God.
He interviewed me here one time after the corona story. I was shaking, but he just did
And
not.
imagine it's you.
Yes.
And you actually work under him.
Yes.
Sisi?
Yes, it's not easy.
Sisi yani, our covering father.
Sisi ingekuwa imeisha hii interview ingeisha kitambo.
But he passes his love and his
We
greetings.
receive.
We receive.
We receive.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for watching Coffee BDM. I've been your host, Robert Broale, standing in for my father, my Bishop David Moredi. But on Sunday, humbly ask all of you to come to House of Grace Church. You will be blessed. Bishop David Moredi is doing a series on matters faith. We do respect government regulations. We check your temperature. There's sanitizing, and we've done social distancing. You will be protected. Please see you on Sunday at exactly 10 o'clock. So thank you very much. Coffee with BDM comes to you every Friday. You must follow our page. Always put your alarm. Tell all your friends. Be like a beggar telling the other beggar where the bread is. See you next time. I'm Robert Broale, standing in for Bishop David Moredi on Coffee with BDM.